What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining for today's recap session. So I've only taken one trade today, as you can see from the screen. I'm going to quickly cover my trade for today and also look at some of the price action we had. Definitely a lot more momentum than last week, and it's exciting. I mean, we might see a bit of a shift in sentiment, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next few days. But before I go and share my screen, if you're new to the channel, my name is Ben. I've been day trading since February 2025. And yeah, I've been showing up every day, and I made some mistakes along the way, and now I'm trying to correct those mistakes. And yeah, enjoying the experience so far. Really looking forward to seeing what December has got in store for us. But let's not waste any time and jump on the screen share and have a look at what we did today. So QTTB was one of our biggest movers today. It put in a, I think, 115% move, 120% move, which is really good. And it's been holding up pretty well majority of the morning, during the pre-market session, above the VWAP. I only took one trade on it, and the trade I took on it was earlier in the morning during its initial pop. But then I sort of left it alone after that. So the entry I had was at 7:15 in this area. Sort of, I saw it basing out, making incremental moves upwards, and I got in at 356 around this level, and I sold it into the pop at 372, so around here. It was a sort of a almost 15 cents move. There were some further opportunities along here. I suppose I came in with still very much the cautious attitude from last week. But let me tell you why I got into this trade, first of all. So firstly, it had a catalyst. It had a relatively low float. On my chart, it says 7.3 million. I haven't verified it elsewhere, but let's just go with that for now. So, and the volume was at a time, I think 100 times the daily average. Right now, of course, it's a lot higher. We're looking at the relative daily volume of it's 163,000 times the daily average. So it's had a decent amount of volume come in since this morning. Right now, we're sitting around almost 49 or about 49 million shares of volume going through this stock. So I was able to capture that move initially. Then I couldn't really connect with the price action thereafter. And some of the exaggerated moves that you can see here where I circled, I that just happened out of nowhere. I really couldn't anticipate that. And of course, it made these moves, sort of is making these new highs every time it did these unpredictable pops. But it sort of curled back down. It sort of, I guess, simmered out and faded away, let's just say, and based out on the VWAP. And I think if you had got an entry around here, then if you had held it all the way through, then it would have given you a nice resolution. But of course, I look for breakouts, and I need to see quick resolution. So I suppose this entry here would have been excellent. But as you can also see, it did hold above this 425 level. It kept bouncing off it, and it was acting as sort of a resistance, and like you can see, it's sort of hovered around that area. So perhaps another entry would have been ideal around here if it was able to hold 425. So I feel like I may have missed some opportunities on it, but on the other hand, the price action wasn't as predictable as I liked it. Also, the other side of it was that it was shortable. The short interest on it was quite low at the time when I looked. Of course, as the day goes on and more activity, more traders are active on it, the short interest increases. But in any case, it definitely did surprise. I'm sure squeezed or surprised a few shorts. So I'm just glad to see some action. So definitely one that I'm sure a lot of traders were focusing on today, given the volume. What else? We had AHMA pop up as well. I think this did not have any news on it, but surprisingly, it made some interesting, like made a really interesting move. It went from a low of 5 to a high of around like almost $13, and it's now been rallying back up. So I expect that some shorts started shorting this, and now they're being squeezed out. So this could potentially be, um, could it be an SMX? I mean, the only issue with this is that it doesn't have a catalyst. It doesn't have a fresh catalyst. So apart from the fact that there might be some sort of a short squeeze happening here right now, I mean, it's had over 10 million shares of volume on it with on a float of 1.3 million. Yeah, I mean, would I take a trade in this area right now? I don't think I would, purely because on the basis that my main focus is looking at A quality setups, and these are opportunities for sure, but these are opportunities that I can learn from and consider when I become profitable or when I start making headway with my existing strategy. I don't want to introduce too many variables into my stats, so which then skews my ability to be able to analyze where I've gone wrong and make incremental changes. So yeah, this is definitely feels like more of a short squeeze, unpredictable behavior, and um, if you've been involved in it, you on the short side and shorting, then yeah, I'm sure you would have been squeezed out. But anyway, I'm leaving that one alone. A few other stocks popped up, but again, they faded away. I think considering it's only one trade I took for the day, I'm still just glad to see some movement in the market, some momentum. That it feels like there's a shift in sentiment. Again, it's early to say, but it's like a tide. It ebbs in and out. One day we could have volume like this, and tomorrow might be cold. So you just got to take every day as it comes. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed that recap, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.